Interest Rates and Measures of Return. Part 4. MWRR and TWRR. Welcome back. Last time we looked at averages. Now here's something surprising. Two investors put money into the exact same mutual fund over 2 years. The fund returned 20% in year 1 and 5% in year 2. Identical performance for both. But when they checked their statements, one earned significantly more than the other. How is that possible? Investor A put in $100,000 up front and left it alone. Investor B started with just $10,000, then added $90,000 after year 1. Investor B had most of her money working only during that weaker 5% year. This is the external cash flow problem. We need two different ways to measure returns. So what is the time-weighted rate of return? TWRR removes external cash flow effects by breaking the period into subperiods, computing each holding period return, and geometrically linking them. The formula chains each subperiod together, 1 plus each HPR, all multiplied, minus 1. Our portfolio starts at $100 and grows to $110, so holding period return 1 is 10%. A $40 contribution brings the base to $150, which grows to $165. Holding period return 2 is also 10%. Link them together. 1.1 times 1.1 minus 1 gives us 21%. Now let's define the money-weighted rate of return. MWRR is the internal rate of return on the investor's actual cash flows. It reflects the investor's personal experience, including timing of deposits and withdrawals. The MWRR equation sets the present value of all cash flows equal to 0. Plug in negative 100 today, negative 40 at time 1, and positive 165 at time 2. We solve for the rate that makes this equation balance. The IRR comes out to approximately 11.7% per period. Notice the gap. TWRR was 21%, but MWRR was only 11.7%. Why? Because more money was invested before the good second period. MWRR actually gets pulled up relative to each subperiod, but it still differs from TWRR because it weights dollars, not time. Here's the key rule. Big contribution before a rally pulls MWRR above TWRR. Big contribution before a decline pulls MWRR below TWRR. That's exactly what happened to investor B. She added $90,000 before the weaker year, so her personal MWRR fell well below the fund's TWRR. So which do you use? TWRR for evaluating managers who don't control cash flows. MWRR for measuring the investor's actual realized return. In fact, global investment performance standards require TWRR for manager reporting. Client deposits shouldn't penalize or reward the manager. Now let's apply what we've learned about MWRR and TWRR to a CFA-style exam question. A client's portfolio earned 15% in year 1 and negative 5% in year 2. The client made a large contribution at the beginning of year 2. A consultant comparing manager skill should most likely use option A, MWRR, which will be higher than TWRR. Option B, TWRR, because the manager does not control external cash flows. Option C, MWRR, which will be lower than TWRR. Let's reason through this. The consultant is evaluating the manager who doesn't control client deposits, so TWRR is appropriate. The correct answer is B. Note that MWRR would indeed be lower than TWRR here because money flowed in before a negative year. But that's the client's timing, not the manager's skill. Let's recap. TWRR links sub-period HPRs to isolate manager performance. MWRR is the IRR on actual cash flows, the investor's experience. Big inflows before strong periods pull MWRR above TWRR and vice versa. Use TWRR for managers, MWRR for investor-level returns. Next time, we'll go deeper into HPR, EAR, APR, and compounding returns. And that's the key insight. Same fund, different returns.